Dear Uncle Silvanus, you have not heard from me for a long time. I'm sorry that your letters to me were not returned. I was not capable of writing letters for some time, and Mum could not reply to you because it would have caused her too much shame. Let me tell you the story. For the last 2 years, I've been in the land of death. Don't laugh, I know that you always considered this distant Decapolis, wedged between the Hebrews and the desert, to be a backwater, but I have literally been living among the dead, among the tombs here in our village, under the influence of an impure spirit. Well, just one spirit to start with, but soon many more. I only remember bits and pieces for much of the time. They tried tying me up, putting chains on my hands and feet, but I broke the chains. Living out there had made me strong, cunning, and I felt this determination to break free of anything that bound me. In reality, I was bound the whole time. I was not myself. Most of the time, they only tried to tie me up so I wouldn't wander into town and scare people. I survived by scavenging, helped sometimes by people feeling sorry for me who would throw food over the fence and scamper away. But that all changed when a Jewish miracle worker came across the lake. He had a bunch of other Hebrews with him on the boat. I don't know what they were thinking, why they would even come here. To them, we are dirty Gentiles, not even to be associated with. And in our town, farming pigs of all things, which Jews can never eat. And that they would approach the tombs. Did you know if they come into contact with a corpse, they have to purify themselves after 3 days, and then again after 7, or else they'll be cut off from their people. And besides all this, we Romans in the Decapolis, we're an embarrassment to them, a constant reminder right on their doorstep that they have no sovereignty. They are a people occupied by Rome. So I can't really comprehend why they'd cross to our side of the lake. But boy, I'm glad they did. There I was, among the tombs, tormented as I had been for what seemed like forever. But then I noticed someone entering the graveyard. I'd never seen him before, but these demons gave a kind of shudder, and suddenly I was falling at his feet like he was a mighty ruler. It was astonishing. He didn't seem scared of me at all. He just commanded the impure spirit, "Come out of this man." When people call him a miracle worker, I don't think they know the half of it. Miracle workers, magicians, sorcerers have all these funny words they say and special objects. This man was different. He just spoke like he would speak to anyone. Now, normally, these spirits that had taken me over would pay no attention to commands or orders. They were a law unto themselves. But not this time. They knew they had to do exactly what he said. And so they negotiated. Out of my mouth came a shout. "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, don't torture me." He said nothing. I could feel the evil spirits panicking. They think of this as their region, the region of the Gerasenes. I don't know why, but they think they can do what they want in this place, like they have power over the people who live here. And they were desperate to hold on to it. I was panicking too, my eyes darting all over the place. And there on the hill were the pigs grazing. Thousands of them. After all, pig farming is what our town does. I blurted out, "Send us among the pigs. Allow us to go into them." The bit of me that was really me was horrified. What a stupid thing to say. There was no way Jesus would let demons loose on that herd, this whole town's livelihood, just for one man. Just when there'd been a glimpse of an escape, I'd shipwrecked the chance. But then Jesus looked at me. Normally, people wouldn't look me in the eye, but it was like he looked through the demons and somewhere, hidden, he could see the real me. And then unbelievably, he spoke to the demons and he gave them permission to go into the pigs. And they went. I've never experienced anything like it. Before, it had felt like I was crushed under a pile of stones. Now it was like those stones were just lifted away. Before, everyone else seemed to be a vicious enemy. I treated people like they were wild animals to be defended against, or creeping things to be avoided. But now I could see they were people, human, flesh and blood like me. I remembered Mum. I remembered my family, my friends. It was like I'd been off fighting a war, terrified all the time, but finally I was back. I had life again. It was the best day of my life. And it was all because of this man, Jesus. I looked up to find him, discovering that someone had put a blanket on me. I must have been lost in my own thoughts for some time. I must thank Jesus. I must take him to my own home and celebrate with everyone. Maybe they'd already taken him back into town. If he could save me, surely there were heaps of other people he could help too. But I couldn't see him. There were people everywhere. It was like the whole town was there. There was confusion and distress, a stark contrast to the peace and joy and hope that I was expecting. Not far from me, a man was shouting, and a group was trying to calm him down, but he just got louder and louder and pushed his way through them. He barked at some people who seemed to be his family, grabbing a child's arm and led them hurriedly back into town. Some others started doing the same, glancing over their shoulders. Looking again, I saw that there was a big circle with no people in it. In the middle was Jesus. He was talking to the people who'd come with him. Everyone else was keeping their distance. I couldn't understand it. I listened to what conversation I could hear. In one conversation, I heard people talking about dark arts. I overheard someone else say something about him being too powerful to be safe. This baffled me. How could dark arts bring the light I now experienced? Why would anyone be afraid of this power when it had done something so good? As if to answer my thoughts, a man nearby piped up amidst the heated debate. I recognised him, and I suddenly remembered that he was the town's mayor. Good, he was saying. This Jesus hasn't done us any good. We are ruined. It will take months to recover from such a loss. There's no way he's coming anywhere near our nursing home or our orphanage, especially not our hospital. He'll bankrupt us. 2,000 pigs for one man? I wish he'd just left him as he was. He looked towards me, not realising I'd been watching him. He quickly looked away and muttered something to someone standing nearby. A servant, I think. The servant pushed through the agitated crowd. He timidly made his way out of the crowd into the open space and approached Jesus. He bowed, keeping his head low, not looking him in the eye. I couldn't hear what he said, but Jesus turned back to the people he was with and pointed back towards the boat. They started walking slowly back. The crowd breathed a collective sigh of relief, and the conversations seemed to become lighter and happier. People started wandering back. Most people that passed by me ignored me completely. Some glanced over, looking embarrassed. A few scowled at me. I was stunned. I felt like I'd had one pile of stones removed, only for a new pile of rubble to crush my spirit. Could none of them understand what this man had done for me? I know, Uncle Silvanus, that this story will be hard for you to hear, being a farmer yourself. I wouldn't wish anyone to have to lose their whole herd like that, their livelihood. But being family, I hope you might be able to see that I, your own nephew, I had no livelihood. Not just no livelihood, but no home, no work, no friends, no thoughts or feelings of my own. I was dead, and now I'm alive again. I feel like these people care more about their cash flow than about me, let alone anyone else who might need healing of any kind. It's like they've collectively agreed that a life is only worth a limited price. All they're talking about now is recovering confidence, or donations to the pig herd renewal fund, or temporary work partnerships with other villagers. Life goes on the same as it always did, only with more fear and control. I look at them all as they walk around me sheepishly, and it's like they have chains on their hands and irons on their feet, stopping them from really loving or really experiencing love. Don't they care about those here who need healing? Some even worse than me? Can they put a price on people's very lives? Who is it that's really trapped? Jesus came and took my chains away, but these people wouldn't let him come any closer. But I know they needed him just as much as I did. I'm starting to see it'll take a great act of power and love to rescue this town from its hard heart. Sadly, I think the only person who had love and power like that is now back on the other side of the lake. But maybe there's some hope. I'm finding it easier to cope with the disappointment of not being able to join Jesus' followers. After the crowds had left, I'd realised that with him was the only place I would feel really loved and welcome. But Jesus didn't let me. He told me, return home and tell how much God has done for you. I don't know exactly what he meant. I didn't see any God around. I just saw Jesus getting rid of those unspeakable demons, like he was swatting away a fly. I thought it was Jesus who had mercy on me, but if he says it's God, so be it. So that's really what made me think of writing. I'm telling my whole family how much Jesus, or God, I'm not sure, has had mercy on me. I've also started going to the other towns in the Decapolis, seeing if anyone will listen to my story. I've been surprised at the responses. They've definitely been more positive than back home. They've been amazed at what I've told them. Uncle, there's something unique about Jesus and about this God the Hebrews worship. No one else knew how to save me from those demons. No one. I was gone, but now I'm back. I was dead, but I'm alive. God has had mercy on me. Will you be amazed with me? With love, your nephew, Lucas.